Things just got tense. Again, Trump is back on the offensive, and this time he's setting his sights on China. After months of shaky diplomacy and a so-called economic reset deal, Trump just went scorched earth again, accusing China of totally violating the new agreement. And now tariffs are going back up and fast. Welcome to JRNY TV, where we help you navigate the chaos with sharp insights and no fluff. Today we are talking about the Trump versus China trade war 2.0 and how it could become the fuse that lights or crashes the entire crypto market. From tariff hikes and rare earth bans to lawsuits and legal whiplash, this thing is spiraling. And guess what? Wall Street is watching it all. So is crypto. Here is where we are at. Trump just doubled steel and aluminum tariffs to 50% after saying China broke the Geneva Agreement by restricting exports on key materials. In return, China has been throwing shade, hinting at a full-scale retaliation. Meanwhile, a US court says most of these tariffs are illegal, but Trump's team is appealing and pushing forward anyway. Legal limbo, economic tension, zero clarity. That's a problem. And it's already spooking the markets. Again, Asian indexes are dropping, commodities are wobbling, and macro volatility, you guessed it, it's on the up and up. We haven't hit panic yet, but we're close. In the next section, we're going to break down why this could be a make or break moment for risk assets and why crypto is caught right in the middle. Tariffs are back and markets are starting to crack. At first, people thought it was just posturing. Think again. Another headline from Trump, another round of back and forth. When does it stop? This week made it clear we're in real trade war territory again. Markets are finally starting to react about it. After Trump publicly blasted China for totally violating the Geneva deal, he moved fast, slapping those 50% tariffs on both steel and aluminum, threatening more if China does not cooperate. Beijing fired back, accusing the US of sabotaging the agreement and hinting at fresh restrictions on rare earth exports. This is all feeling very 2019-ish, but with even more at stake this time. Here's where it gets even more dicey. A US federal court recently ruled that these tariffs might be illegal, but an appeals court just reinstated them temporarily. Now we've got ourselves a bit of a legal mess, a diplomatic standoff, and a market caught in the middle of it all. Global stocks are sliding. Hong Kong's Hang Seng dropped over 2%. Oil is stuttering, and investors, they're nervous, really nervous. For crypto, this is not just background noise. Rising macro fear is usually good for Bitcoin, but not when the market's confused and risk off. If the US and China can't get on the same page soon, this tension could delay the next leg up for crypto. Money wants in, but not during a geopolitical meltdown. How bad could it get? A crypto rally? Or maybe a total meltdown? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Things could spiral fast. If the US and China don't find common ground soon, we're not just talking about a few shaky days on Wall Street. We're talking about a full-on market disruption. Supply chains, commodities, global credit markets, all of it gets tangled up when the two biggest economies in the world start throwing punches at each other. The market hates uncertainty, and right now, everything feels wide open. Trump's playing hardball with tariffs, China's signaling countermeasures, legal challenges are in the mix, and there's no clear off-ramp anytime soon. Investors, they're stuck guessing whether this ends in a handshake or a financial firestorm. For crypto, it is a very weird in-between zone. On one hand, turbulence usually brings money into Bitcoin and digital assets, but on the other, if macro panic hits, even the strongest coins in the market get sold off during liquidity crunches. This isn't just about rate hikes anymore. It's geopolitical fear layered on top of fragile markets. And if this standoff drags into the summer, expect much more volatility. Not just for stocks, but for altcoins, Bitcoin, everything. Institutions don't like moving money in the middle of global economic food fights. So until we get some kind of deal or at least a ceasefire, expect hesitation to linger. You know the rally that everyone's been patiently waiting for? Yeah, well, things might need to be resolved first before that can happen. Underneath the fear, crypto is still building. Here's what's wild. While global markets freaked out over tariffs and lawsuits, crypto hasn't flinched. Not really. Sure. Bitcoin dropped a bit after Trump-China headlines broke, but it's still trading above six figures. Altcoins, they're also holding their ground. And under the surface, the fundamentals are actually looking better right now than they've ever looked before. Institutional money, it's still flowing in. BlackRock just pushed another wave into ETH. MicroStrategy, now just going by strategy, keeps buying Bitcoin like it's the only asset on Earth. They're holding over 500,000 coins now. That's not fear. That's long-term conviction. And it's not just them. Hedge funds, family offices, and even pension groups tariffs are all circling around crypto again. Then there's the on-chain stuff. Ethereum is processing more transactions now than ever before. Solana is still the go-to for meme coin madness. DeFi volume is slowly but surely ticking up. New protocols are launching weekly. Nobody is waiting around for perfect macro conditions. They're in fact building through it. The markets may be shaky right now, but crypto is maturing, growing up. The signal here is loud. Volatility might stall the price movement for a moment, but it's not stopping the adoption. That's why smart investors, they are using this noise as a time to stack, not step back. Trade war tensions are real, but so is the opportunity. So, is a full-blown market crash coming because of Trump and China? Honestly, it depends. The tariff war keeps escalating. Yeah, things could get ugly and fast. Stocks are shaky, global markets are reacting, and if we see rare earth bans or a breakdown in talks, it's game on. But that doesn't mean crypto collapses. In fact, this might be the perfect pressure test. Here's the thing. While the rest of the world is arguing over trade deals and legal appeals, crypto is still marching forward. Institutional adoption is growing, builders aren't stopping. And price-wise, we are holding way stronger than most people expected. That resilience matters. And it's a big reason why this space always bounces back stronger than legacy markets think is possible. If the US and China manage to cool things down, we could see a massive risk-on rally. If we don't, crypto might still shine as capital looks for safer, non-sovereign bets. Either way, the volatility is here, and it's not going away anytime soon. So, stay sharp, stay early, and drop a comment below. Do you think this trade war could derail the bull run? Or will crypto break free on its own path? Be sure to like, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.